Brothers and sisters, today I want to remind you of a powerful truth. You are chosen. The very fact that you were born is not a mistake or coincidence. God knew you before the foundations of the world, and He chose this exact time, this exact season for you to be here. Jeremiah 1:05 says, "Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart." Your birth date is not just a day on the calendar. It is a divine appointment, a confirmation that God has placed you on this earth with a purpose. Many of us go through life questioning, why am I here? But the Word of God is clear. You are here because God designed you to be here. Out of billions of souls, He handpicked you for this time in this generation. Ephesians 2:10 tells us, "For we are God's handiwork, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which God prepared in advance for us to do." That means before you even took your first breath, God had already assigned you a mission. Some of you might be facing challenges, disappointments, or doubts. But let me encourage you today, God doesn't make mistakes. No matter what life throws at you, no matter what the enemy tries to whisper in your ear, remember, you were chosen by God. You have a divine calling and no one else can fulfill it like you can. Before you took your first breath, before your heart even started beating, God had already ordained your life with purpose. You are not an accident. No matter the circumstances of your birth, no matter what anyone has told you, your existence is intentional. Psalm 139 verse 16 declares, "Your eyes saw my unformed body. All the days ordained for me were written in your book before one of them came to be." This scripture is a powerful reminder that your life was planned long before you arrived on this earth. God saw you, knew you, and set you apart. Many people struggle with feelings of insignificance, questioning their worth and place in this world. Some have been told by others that they were unwanted, unplanned, or even a mistake. But let me tell you today, God does not make mistakes. The very fact that you are here means that the Creator of the universe chose to bring you into existence for a reason. He has never created anything without purpose, and He certainly didn't start with you. When you look at the world around you, everything has a reason for being. The sun was created to shine, the rain was created to nourish the earth, and the trees were created to give life. You too were created with intention. Your birth date, the very day you entered this world, was set by God Himself. It wasn't random, it wasn't by chance, it was part of His divine plan. Sometimes life's struggles make us doubt this truth. Difficult situations, disappointments, or painful experiences can lead us to wonder, does my life really matter? But when you understand that God Himself breathed life into you, you will begin to see that you were born for a reason. In Jeremiah 29:11, God reassures us, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." This means that regardless of how your story began, God has a plan for your life that is filled with hope and purpose. Even if your journey has been filled with struggles, know that God can turn every challenge into a testimony. Some of the most powerful people in history were born into difficult circumstances, yet they went on to change the world. What made the difference? They understood that they were created for a purpose. They refused to believe the lie that they were insignificant. Instead, they trusted that God had a plan far greater than their present struggles. Think of Moses. He was born during a time when Pharaoh ordered all Hebrew baby boys to be killed. His mother placed him in a basket and set him adrift in the Nile River. If you looked at his beginnings, you might think his life was hopeless. But God had already written Moses' story before he was born. He was chosen to lead the Israelites out of slavery and into freedom. Your story may not be like Moses, but it is just as significant in God's eyes. The day of your birth is proof that God intended for you to be here. No matter what your past looks like, no matter what doubts you have, God has a plan that is unfolding even now. If you ever feel like you don't matter, remind yourself of Psalm 139:14, which says, "I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful, I know that full well. You are a wonderful creation, made with intention, born with a purpose, and destined to make an impact." So stand firm in this truth. You are not an accident. Your birth was planned by the Almighty. Walk with confidence, knowing that the God who formed the universe also formed you. and he does everything with purpose. Before you were born, God placed a unique purpose within you. He didn't create you to merely exist, to simply go through life without meaning. You were born with a divine assignment, a mission that only you can fulfill. Ephesians 2:10 reminds us, "For we are God's handiwork, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which God prepared in advance for us to do." This verse makes it clear that your life is not random. You were intentionally designed by God, and He has already prepared specific things for you to accomplish. Every person has been given different talents, gifts, and passions. These are not coincidences. They are God's way of equipping you for your purpose. Some people are born with a passion for music, while others have a deep desire to serve and help others. Some excel in leadership, while others have a gift for teaching or creativity. These talents are not by accident, they are clues to your divine purpose. One of the greatest struggles people face is comparison. Many look at others and wish they had their abilities or their path in life. But the Bible tells us in 1 Corinthians 12:4-6, there are different kinds of gifts, but the same Spirit distributes them. There are different kinds of service, but the same Lord. There are different kinds of working, but in all of them and in every one, it is the same God at work. This means that God has uniquely designed each of us to play a special role in His grand plan. You don't have to be like someone else to be valuable. Your uniqueness is part of your purpose. Think of a puzzle. Every piece is shaped differently, yet every piece is essential to completing the picture. If even one piece is missing, the puzzle is incomplete. That is how God sees you. Your gifts, your personality, your life experiences, all of these are pieces of a bigger picture that God is creating through you. Without you fulfilling your purpose, something is missing in the world. Consider biblical figures like David. Before he became king, he was just a shepherd boy. But his time in the fields was not wasted. It was preparing him for his destiny. The same is true for you. The skills, experiences, and even the challenges you face are shaping you for your calling. Proverbs 19:21 says, "Many are the plans in a person's heart, but it is the Lord's purpose that prevails." This means that while we may have our own plans, God's purpose for our lives is always greater, and He will lead us to where we are meant to be. Sometimes finding your purpose can feel overwhelming. You may wonder, what am I really meant to do? But the answer is closer than you think. What are the things that stir your heart? What are the gifts and abilities that come naturally to you? What are the burdens or causes that you feel passionate about? These are not random. They are signs pointing toward your God-given purpose. No matter where you are in life, it's never too late to step into your calling. Moses was 80 years old when God called him to lead Israel. Paul was once a persecutor of Christians before God transformed him into one of the greatest apostles. Your past does not disqualify you from your purpose. If anything, it prepares you for it. So today, embrace your uniqueness. Stop questioning whether you are enough, because God already says you are. Trust that He has placed within you everything you need to fulfill your mission. Walk confidently in the knowledge that your life has meaning and the world is waiting for what only you can bring. You have a unique purpose. Now go live it. Whatever God has called you to do, He has already given you the strength, wisdom, and ability to accomplish it. You are not alone in your journey, and you are not underqualified for the purpose God has placed before you. Philippians 4:13 declares, "I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me." This is not just a motivational phrase. It is a promise. The power to fulfill your calling does not come from your own strength, but from Christ who empowers you. Many people hesitate to pursue their purpose because they feel unprepared or inadequate. They look at their weaknesses and assume they are not capable. But the Bible is filled with examples of people who felt the same way. When God called Moses to lead the Israelites out of Egypt, he immediately doubted himself. He said in Exodus 4:10, "Pardon your servant, Lord. I have never been eloquent, neither in the past nor since you have spoken to your servant. I am slow of speech and tongue." Moses believed his weakness would prevent him from fulfilling God's plan, but God responded in Exodus 4:12, "Now go, I will help you speak and will teach you what to say." This is the same message for you today. If God has called you, He will equip you. He does not choose people based on their qualifications. He qualifies the people he chooses. You may not feel strong enough, smart enough, or talented enough, but God sees beyond your limitations. He looks at the potential he has placed inside you, and he knows that with his help you will succeed. Sometimes the very thing you see as a weakness is what God will use to show his glory. The Apostle Paul struggled with something he called a thorn in the flesh. He prayed for God to remove it, but instead God told him in Corinthians 12:9, "My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness." Paul then declared, "Therefore I will boast all the more gladly about my weaknesses, so that Christ's power may rest on me." Your weaknesses do not disqualify you. They make room for God's strength to work through you. In addition to strength, God provides wisdom for your journey. James 1:05 assures us, "If any of you lacks wisdom, you should ask God, who gives generously to all without finding fault, and it will be given to you." Whatever you need to fulfill your purpose, whether it is guidance, resources, or knowledge, God is ready to provide it. You do not have to figure everything out on your own. When you seek him, he will direct your steps. God also equips you with spiritual gifts that align with your calling. Romans 12:6-8 explains that we all have different gifts according to the grace given to us. Some are called to lead, others to teach, encourage, or serve. Whatever your purpose is, God has given you the tools to fulfill it. If you have a gift for speaking, he will give you the words. If you have a heart for helping others, he will provide opportunities to serve. If you are meant to create, he will inspire you with ideas. Fear and doubt may try to hold you back, but remember this: you are not stepping into your calling alone. God is walking with you. Isaiah 41:10 reminds us, "So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." This means that no matter what challenges arise, God is your support. He will give you everything you need to succeed. Today, stop believing the lie that you are not enough. God has already placed within you the gifts, the wisdom, and the strength needed to fulfill your destiny. Trust him. Take bold steps of faith and know that you are fully equipped for your calling. Life is full of challenges, and at times it may seem like the struggles you face are overwhelming. You might wonder why you have to endure pain, disappointment, or setbacks. But one of the greatest truths in life is that struggles are not meaningless. They have a purpose, and God is using every trial to shape you into the person he created you to be. Even in your darkest moments, God is working behind the scenes, turning your pain into something greater. Many of the strongest and most faithful people in the Bible endured intense struggles before stepping into their destiny. Joseph was betrayed by his own brothers, sold into slavery, and imprisoned for years, but despite his suffering, he remained faithful to God. In the end, Joseph rose to a position of great power in Egypt, saving an entire nation from famine. Looking back on his hardships, he told his brothers in Genesis 50:20, "You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good, to accomplish what is now being done, the saving of many lives." What was meant for his destruction became the very thing that propelled him into his purpose. The same is true for you. The struggles you face today are not meant to break you. They are meant to build you. Every hardship, every failure, and every obstacle is refining you. They are strengthening your character, teaching you resilience, and preparing you for the blessings that lie ahead. James 1:2-4 tells us, "Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. Let perseverance finish its work, so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything." Your struggles are shaping you into the person God needs you to be for the next chapter of your life. Sometimes struggles bring us closer to God in ways that ease and comfort never could. When everything is going well, it is easy to rely on our own strength, but it is in our hardest moments that we truly lean on God. Psalm 34:18 assures us, "The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit." Your pain is not ignored by God. He is right there with you, strengthening and guiding you through it. Struggles also give you a testimony. The battles you overcome today will become the encouragement someone else needs tomorrow. Think about how many people have been inspired by the stories of those who have faced great hardships but came out victorious. Your journey can serve as proof to others that God is faithful, that He restores, and that He brings beauty from ashes. When you go through struggles, you don't just endure them for yourself. You endure them so you can be a light to others. Even Jesus Himself faced struggles. He was mocked, beaten, and crucified, enduring pain beyond what we can imagine. Yet His suffering had a purpose. It brought salvation to the world. If the Son of God had to endure hardships for a greater purpose, then we too must understand that our struggles are not in vain. No matter what you are facing right now, hold on to the truth that God is using it for good. The very thing that feels like it is breaking you may be the thing that leads you to your greatest breakthrough. Trust in God's plan, keep the faith, and know that one day you will look back and see how every struggle was leading you towards something greater. Your struggles have a purpose. Keep going. You were not placed on this earth to simply exist. You were created to shine. Jesus Himself declared in Matthew 5:14, "You are the light of the world. A city set on a hill cannot be hidden." This is a powerful statement reminding us that our lives have a greater purpose than we often realize. Just as a light brightens a dark room, you are meant to bring hope, love, and truth to the world around you. Light is essential for life. It guides, reveals, and gives warmth. Without it, everything is lost in darkness. In the same way, God has placed His light within you to illuminate the path for others. When you live according to His will, you become a reflection of His love, grace, and truth. Your actions, words, and faith can be a beacon of hope to those who are struggling, lost, or broken. However, many people struggle with the idea that they are a light. They may feel unworthy or insignificant, believing that their lives do not have much impact. But this is a lie from the enemy. The enemy wants you to believe that your light is too small or that your past mistakes disqualify you from shining. But the truth is, even the smallest light can push back the darkness. A single candle in a pitch-black room can change everything. No matter who you are or what you have been through, God has called you to shine. One of the most powerful ways to be a light is through love. In John 13:35, Jesus said, "By this everyone will know that you are my disciples, if you love one another." The way you treat people, the kindness you show, and the compassion you extend all serve as a testimony of God's love. When you forgive those who hurt you, when you encourage those who are struggling, and when you help those in need, you are spreading the light of Christ. Being a light also means standing firm in truth. The world is filled with confusion, deception, and fear. But as believers, we are called to shine God's truth into that darkness. In Philippians 2:15, Paul writes, "Then you will shine among them like stars in the sky as you hold firmly to the word of life." This means that even when the world encourages compromise, dishonesty, or immorality, we must remain steadfast in our faith. When you live with integrity and speak the truth in love, you are reflecting God's righteousness in a world that desperately needs it. Your light is also meant to bring hope. There are people around you who are lost, hurting, and searching for meaning. Your testimony, your story of how God has worked in your life can be the very thing that leads someone to Jesus. Many people believe they are too broken or too far gone to be saved, but when they see what God has done in your life, they begin to realize that His grace is available for them too. Sometimes, shining your light will not be easy. There will be opposition, discouragement, and moments when you feel like hiding your faith. But Jesus encourages us in Matthew 5:16, "Let your light shine before others that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven." Your light is not meant to be hidden. It is meant to glorify God and draw others to Him. No matter where you are in life, you have the ability to be a light. Whether it is through a kind word, an act of service, or simply living out your faith with joy and boldness, your presence makes a difference. Never underestimate the impact you can have. Even on your hardest days, your light still shines. Keep shining because the world needs your light. No matter what you face in life, one thing remains certain: God will never leave you. In moments of joy and in seasons of hardship, through triumphs and trials, He is always with you. This is not just a comforting thought, it is a divine promise from the Creator of the universe. In Deuteronomy 31:6, God declares, "Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or terrified because of them, for the Lord your God goes with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you." This assurance means that no matter what happens, you are never alone. There are times in life when you may feel abandoned, forgotten, or overlooked. Perhaps you have experienced betrayal, loss, or disappointment, and it has left you feeling isolated. But while people may walk away, God remains constant. Unlike human relationships, which can change, fade, or break, God's love is unshakable. He sees you, knows you, and cares for you beyond what you can imagine. In Isaiah 41:10, he reminds us, "So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." Even in your darkest moments, his presence surrounds you. It is easy to feel God's presence when life is going well. But what about when everything seems to be falling apart? When prayers go unanswered, when suffering comes, when you feel lost, does God still remain? The answer is a resounding yes. In Psalm 23:04, David proclaims, "Even though I walk through the darkest valley, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me." The presence of struggles does not mean the absence of God. He is there in the valley just as much as he is on the mountaintop. God's presence is not based on feelings. There may be times when you don't feel like he is near, but his faithfulness is not dependent on your emotion. He is with you whether you feel it or not, because he has promised to be. Lamentations 3:22-23 reassures us, "Because of the Lord's great love, we are not consumed, for his compassions never fail. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness." Even when you struggle to see his hand at work, trust that he has not abandoned you. One of the most powerful examples of God's enduring presence is seen in the life of Joseph. Sold into slavery by his own brothers, falsely accused and imprisoned, Joseph endured years of hardship. Yet, through it all, the Bible repeatedly states, the Lord was with Joseph. Despite betrayal, loneliness, and suffering, God never left him. In the end, Joseph's trials led him to a position of great influence where he was able to save many lives. This is a reminder that even when you cannot see how God is working, he is still present, leading you towards something greater. Jesus himself experienced deep anguish before going to the cross. In the Garden of Gethsemane, he cried out in sorrow, yet he trusted the Father's will. On the cross, he bore the weight of the world's sin, and in that moment, he felt the agony of separation. But because of his sacrifice, we are never truly alone. Jesus assured us in Matthew 28:20, "And surely I am with you always to the very end of the age." His presence is eternal, unwavering, and personal. No matter what storms you face, hold on to the truth that God is with you. His love is unchanging, his promises are true, and his presence never fades. When life gets difficult, do not let fear or doubt convince you otherwise. Stand firm in faith, knowing that God will never leave you.